One of those days, you know. Some of the video that you're about to see was what was savable. Some of it was just uh, too terrible to even watch, especially if you have motion sickness. So, anyways, trying to remember what's what. So, regraded. The truck in the bottom is the lower part. Going across the bottom, I have very little change in grade, so I tried to pitch it as best I can. Along here, it's pitched away from the wall. Always pitch away from the house. The old asphalt pitched towards the house and was humped kind of along the middle part, so the tips of my fingers, like along the side of the trucks, it was humped towards the house, and then the other part just dropped off away. And then going back from where I'm standing to the bottom of the driveway, it humped like in the front of the silver car. It humped there too. So it was really weird how they did it. I don't know why, and it was done decades ago that nobody's around to even answer it or even know who did it. So the everything's been repitched away from the house, flattened out, all pitched towards to go under the trucks and under the truck in the rear there. Far from done. I know it's going to take a little bit of time, and as it rains and such, regrading. This was just done with hand rakes and the loader on the front of the tractor. So, I'm not saying it's totally done. It's just been an ongoing process. Over here, I know it looks like a lot of rock, and what didn't get filmed was us taking some of the fines from under, the side that's under the trucks, and mixing it in and then spreading the gravel on top of it to kind of create a solid layer. And again, as it rains, it's going to harden up because I don't have a plate compactor. Some of this is probably going to be repeated in other spots. It's just, when we took the loader off the tractor, the battery died, so we had to shimmy the loader off of the tractor so that we could flip the hood up and get to the battery and change out the battery. Then we had problems with the phone to record video while we were doing it, and then after watching what we had, it was for some reason very shaky. It was very pixelated and discolored. I don't know why. And then at the end, I'm going to have an outro and pointing to different spots on the driveway, and I was dealing with sun glare, so I couldn't really see because the screen wasn't brightening up with the sun. So I thought I was pointing at the right thing, but I'm not, so I apologize for how bad it is. But of course, you do something for yourself and it's just a madhouse. But so what you're going to see is redoing what you see here. So this is kind of a spoiler, but anyways, thanks. Alright, so for those that believe in, the harvest moon and other astronomy coincidences, able to have an empty driveway. Well, it's more like a big parking lot. Usually it is filled with cars and a trailer, which you'll see in a picture now. So as you can see, we have the little bull. Well, it says little buck loader on it, but I think it's the little bull. I'm probably going to screw it up. I'm sorry. On the tractor, going to try to grade the driveway. I don't know how well you can see it with the video, but it's been graded by hand over the decades, and it's always been kind of lumpy. Finally, a couple of years ago, rented a asphalt planer and rental equipment. Enough said. Anything that can happen did happen. Loss of time and so on and so forth. Got it for one day, barely had a couple hours with it because then it needed to go to another job somewhere else for someone else that's renting it. Blah, 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 blah. Finally ripped out some of the remaining asphalt that was over here. You'll see that in a video that is from the past. But right now I'm going to just use the bucket and grade it. I know, why not use a box blade? Don't have a box blade, but I have the loader. And in another video, just did a quick bit of grading with it before, but that was with other vehicles in the driveway. Now that I only have to worry about hitting the wall or any cars passing by the road behind me where I'm standing, I'm free to move about the driveway. So let's get to it. Thanks, future self, for sending us back in time here. So this is the last remaining bits that have to be removed, and I'm going to prove to you what's underneath here that hasn't been touched. As you can see, none of this has been dug out yet. Nothing's been touched. So when I go to pop one of these out and you see what's underneath, it hasn't been altered, edited in any which way. Now, I don't know if future self mentioned this or not, but the asphalt that was here pitched towards the house, so where the shovel is, that's been filled in just from scraping snow up against the wall, because this is obviously south facing, if I haven't mentioned it yet. And south facing in the winter gets the most sun, so why not pile the snow up against the stone walls so that it can melt. But from there up, it all pitches towards the wall, and that was the way all the way down to the house. Obviously not the best way. Why was it done that way? Nobody knows, and we'll just fix it. Not a big deal. Now, up against the wall, you see the cut line. I'm leaving that, and I'll just have gravel up above it, cover it. Reason being is when the wall was put in by my brother DJ and I, long time ago, we just had the base of the foundation of the wall, use the driveway as a way to hold it in, so I don't want to remove it and then I destabilize the wall, because then it'd make a whole big other problem. And further down, it's like that too. With the asphalt planer on not the mini skid steer, on a full-size skid steer, you can't get close to it. It didn't have a side shift on it. It was center mount. It didn't have a side shift, so obviously you can't go sideways down the wall, and going forward with it, you can only go so far because of the housing of the planer. So down that way it's covered, and that's just what I'm going to do up here. If the wall has to be redone, then I'll take that piece, the piece that I'm pointing with the stand, I'll take that out all the way down, redo the whole base, put in drains and so on and so forth. But right now, obviously, I just don't want to get into that. So I'll send it back to future me, who will probably fill in anything that I forgot in the past. Back to you, future me. Ha! Still stuck in the past. So let me set this up here. Now, as you can see, haven't dug anything out yet. Am I getting a good angle here? Haven't dug around anything yet. It's just what's been cut. So now I'm going to sit here and struggle to remove this by hand. Nope, that comes out a little bit further. Let's try over here. Still in frame. I can't see. Just about. Come on. Now, that I think is the layer that was ground with the planer. And as I'll describe, hopefully I remember to do this, future self describes that I didn't have the bucket to scrape it away. So everything just got kind of left on top. Oh. Come on. Let me go get a bar to try to pry this up. Hold on. Okay. Got a pry bar. Let's see if I can get it to move now. Come on. We're getting it. Come on. Break apart. And there I go. Okay. So that's what's below. It's just whatever soil was here. Nothing special. So, gonna send it back to future self where all this is removed. Back to you. For real this time. Alright, for right now it's not too bad. Don't know how well it can show up on the phone camera. So the way the whole property is graded, it's higher over here. There's like a whole hump ridge here, and the driveway where I'm standing was, when the house was built, there was no road where I'm standing. So the driveway came in from over here and in. This section right here was added when the road was finished being built. And there's still a drain. There's a drain over here that has been working. Oh, come on. That has been working pretty well, and then there's a drain under here, and so on that way. The driveway that was here humped right here and pitched towards the house. And obviously, don't pitch it towards the house. I don't, that's what they did. I'm not going there. That's just how just what happens when you get a house. That's it. You find stuff and you fix it. I don't have much of a pitch back here because of the way that everything's graded, the yard, and that's a lot of soil to try to dig out and then move and everything like that. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, this is my driveway. This isn't a customer's driveway. Playing around with the loader and had problems with the phone trying to get recordings. But this isn't like one and done. This is kind of as it goes, because it's going to settle. It's a lot smoother than what it was, and the gravel is a lot smoother than the driveway. I wish I had done pictures before, but just never thought about it. But for the most part, I have a pitch going away from the house. See how it goes. Everything's going to settle. I don't have a compactor, so it's going to be driving on it and Mother Nature doing her thing, and we'll go from there. But even still, haven't had a lot of water build up against the house, so we'll just see how it goes. It's a little bit more pitched, like up here where the rake is now pitched away, and we'll just take it as it goes. Thanks for watching.